Crossing a creek right now. Sometimes it's best to just leave your snowshoes on, provided you've got nice soft grass in between the snowy sections.
Going down.
Going down. Welcome to the Schlink Hilton. This is described as the most luxurious hut in the Alps of the mainland of Australia. Also known as the largest hut. I'm not sure about that. I haven't seen every single hut myself. Might be true. There's the entrance and the outdoor toilet just over there. We'll just step down this way. So winter is over, it's now spring. There's still plenty of snow up here on the Kosciuszko Plateau, but I think in about 2 or 3 days, with the heat the way it is, most of that snow you're looking at will probably be melted. So because of the conditions, I haven't even bothered bringing my shovel or my tent. We're just going to be hutting at this time. So while we're out here, I just wanted to show you a couple of tools you can use for emergency digging. There's a little digging trowel, so we have brought that, and we have brought this saw. So what you can do, use your saw to cut into the snow. Just have to excuse the camera, it might be a bit shaky here. So what I'm doing is I'm just digging out a block of ice, like so. Here's the digging trowel, and as you can see, I'm able to cut out a huge block like that. So in emergency situations, you could potentially use a small bushcraft saw and digging trowel instead of a snow shovel. So it's quite a large chunk of ice. You could use that to, you know, build an igloo, and even people who make snow caves, they also use a saw often. So here's a hole I dug out earlier. It's my fridge. So I'm keeping my frozen meat. Because it's so hot today, just want to keep my meat in there. Just put a bit of snow on top of that. So before the sun goes down, I'll bring that plastic bag back inside. But the reason I don't want to leave it out here overnight is there is a rat population in the area. Let's just go inside the Hilton, the Schlink Hilton. And here on the wall is the native rat population described. We've got big fat furry rats, we've got little baby mice. So your food can actually get eaten around here if you're not careful. So when the sun goes down, the temperature will be cold enough for me to bring the meat back inside. But let's just check the temperature on the Suunto watch. Take a quick reading. It is 18 degrees in the Schlink Hilton as we speak. Christina's making an entry in the logbook. Shh. Is that what you've written there? Shh. Awesome day, so sunny. September 2015. Victoria's high mountains off in the distance there, probably must be almost 120 kilometres away. Looking into the other state. There she goes. I'm standing in the middle of the river here. Swinging around. It's one big battle out here, guys. Woo! Welcome to Mawson Hut. This is described as one of the most difficult huts to find in the Kosciuszko National Park. We'll just swing around this way, show you both sides. All tin. Very old hut. Not sure exactly the age, but could be 100 years. There's the old chimney. Let's just step inside quickly around this way. We're about to reach sunset now, so there's limited lighting. There's the wood pile. Bit of a mess, but there's plenty of dry wood there. There's my fridge, my plastic bag filled with ice and fresh meat. Let's just step inside the main area. This is where we'll be sleeping tonight. There's Christina in her sleeping bag, resting. There's my mat. I'll be sleeping on the floor. There's my pillow. So at the moment, just got all our gear drying out, hanging up. And there's our shoes hanging up over the fire. So after all the river crossings we've done today, our feet are just totally wet. All our socks are wet. But we do have plenty of other dry socks in our waterproof sacks. So you might be wondering, what am I wearing on my feet right now since my shoes are drying out? I just found these odd shoes in the hut. On my left foot I've got a pair of flip-flop, or one flip-flop. On my right foot I've got this slipper. So it just so happens some of the junk lying around the hut was a left and a right footed shoe. Snowshoes down there in the corner. A couple of bones. I believe they're probably the bones of wild horses. There are wild horses in this national park. Just look at all the gear hanging up, drying out. Fire's burning. Did I mention we have a fire? Just hold that inside there so you can see. Another nice little pot belly stove. A lot of people don't feel comfortable in these old huts, but this, to me, this is the perfect lodging for the night. It's all wood, it's all antique. Really has a charm to it, I think. Let's just step back this way. There is another room as well. The name of this hut is Mawson's Hut. Here's the other room, plenty of room. This floor could probably house 8 people if you really had to, even more. One mattress on that bed. Just show you some of the other antique stuff that's hanging around. So when this hut was built in the early 1900s, there's some of the bits of metal and stuff that the old high country cattlemen have left here. And the hut's been rebuilt, of course, by the Kosciuszko Huts Association. Fantastic guys, fantastic people, fantastic club. And we do have some neighbours tonight, just over there. Hopefully the camera's picking it up. Just there is a 3-man tent. 3 blokes sleeping over there, just on a nice dry patch of grass. And they've left their skis here. Good morning, campers. It's 9 AM, day 3. We're just leaving the Mawson's Hut. We've replenished the wood stash. It's another rule in hut camping is replace any of the wood that you burn. So we just cut a tree down and chuck some wood in there. So we've been walking probably another 3 kilometres, just on the topic of navigation with the Sunto watch. Just wanted to show you this today. How we're using this to find the hut. The next hut, that is. So on the screen you can see it says 383 metres, building 11. I'll just move it around, and that white arrow at the top of the screen of the watch, that gives me the direction. So if I turn it around, you can see I turn, but the arrow just points in the same direction. Building 11 is Valentine's Hut. It's the location I've saved, and about 383 metres in that direction, just over that hill, should be the hut. So should be there in about 5 or 10 minutes. No shoes across. Underarms always the best way. Welcome to Valentine's Hut, campers. Why do they call it Valentine's Hut? It's painted red and it has love hearts on the awning. Woo! There's the outdoor toilet, also painted red. Just over there. Let's walk around. First time I've ever been here. Everything you're seeing, I'm also seeing for the first time. Around the back, full red paint job. Looks like there's two doors for some reason. No one's in there. But it is polite just to knock before you enter, just in case someone is in there. Nice wood supply. Oh yeah, nice little potbelly stove again. And a triple bunk bed, 1, 2, 3 beds with a ladder. That's where you prepare your meals, obviously. Oh my god, another triple bunk in this room. Let's look out the window. There's my backpack. Nice topography map on the wall of the area. Totally old school, man. Valentine's Hut. Welcome, campers. It's good to have you here. It's now lunchtime in the hut. Just one thing about these huts and how they're built, they're often built just from donations from people. There's a money box just there. So you can actually just put a few coins in, make a donation to the Kosciuszko Huts Association. And if you're wondering what is securing the hut money box, just a piece of wire wrapped around there. So at the moment on this trip I've been using an aluminium cooking pot for my boiling of water because it just boils faster than titanium. Bit of boiling water there. Christina's making another entry in the book, and for lunch Christina is eating 2-minute noodles that she found at Mawson's Hut. I'll just show you this. Christina found this.
Hey, don't do that.
These just bags of 2-minute noodles that were someone had kindly left in the hut. Best before or used by 21st of October 2015, so probably another 4 weeks roughly till they go off. Let's go for a walk out here. Back outside again. So here's this shovel, just wanted to show you. A lot of these huts have shovels lying around. I'll just show you what I've got buried in here. Again, there's my fresh meat, frozen meat and sandwiches, which I've kept frozen for the last few days, just with snow. So I'll just chuck a bit more snow on top and I'll leave my the shovel there just to mark the spot. So I wouldn't want to leave that there overnight though, because there are wild dogs in these national parks, and of course rats could get to them. So, but I figure if I only leave it there for a few hours, there's not much chance that the rats and wild dogs will find them in that short space of time. There's our snowshoes drying out. So with the snow being this patchy, it's pretty hard to maintain constant snowshoeing. Unfortunately, we have to take the snowshoes off quite regularly. Okay, it's back in the hut. Time to have our lunch. We'll switch this camera back on. Further on down the trail. It's about 9 AM, day 4. We're heading out of here. Last night we stayed in the Schlink Hilton again. It's time to go home. A lot of grey cloud coming over. Looks like there's about to be a change of weather conditions. It's been a good weekend. Good afternoon, campers. Welcome to Disappointment Spur Hut. So they probably could have thought of a slightly better name for this hut. But the gesture is appreciated. Let's just step inside and I'll show you what it looks like inside this one. So you got a double bunk bed system. Probably room for 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 on top, 4 on the bottom if you really had to.